Let's Talk Health is ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ ਮੈਂ ਹਾਂ ਤਾਰਾਨਾ ਕੌਰ and on popular demand we're again coming up with our guest who has been telling us more about health and nutrition ਜੀ ਹਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਬੀਜਲ ਥੋੜਾ ਜੋ ਕਿ registered dietitian ਨੇ ਤੇ ਉਹ focus ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ weight loss management ਤੇ disease management and she has been practicing this for past 15 years in Surrey. Welcome on our show. Bijal, as we all know, overweight and obesity is becoming an epidemic. Mm-hmm. And if we touch base upon it, it's coming from our lifestyle.
Yes.
So, and that's a major part. Mm-hmm. But, to start up with, if somebody is, trapped in that kind of a lifestyle, what should we do as a basic step to start off with?
Sure. So we want to know where we stand. That's the first step. Are we just overweight or are we obese? Those are two different terms on the BMI scale. So a visit to your doctor would help clear that. Now, if you want to lose weight, the second step would be to understand what your body fat composition is. We've spoken about this earlier, so I won't go into details, but you want to know how much excess fat you have because you want to target that, right? And then the third thing to do is get some professional help. It's really important to learn the basic fundamentals of nutrition. Then you can go into your own kitchen, put your meals together, eat healthy, change your lifestyle, but do it in baby steps. Don't rush into something that's quick and fast, because if you do, that's more often than not going to be unhealthy.
Okay.
Right? So you want to lose weight, but you want to at the same time optimize your health. Never trade your health with weight loss.
So can you just explain it, what exactly you mean to say by that when you said you have to not compromise on your health?
Yeah. So when you, let's say, for example, think about, okay, I want to lose, 10 pounds or 20 pounds this month or this week, and I'm willing to do anything to, be able to do that. We tend to cut out on food groups. We tend to cut out on certain food choices. Like we will completely cut out carbohydrates, for example, roti and potato and bread and cereals and pasta. We won't even look at those. And then we tend to choose and focus more on just the proteins and eat more proteins than we should be. Or there are 10 other million trendy diets we all know of, whether it's some soup or whether it's water or lemon or anything in between. What happens when you do those type of diets is you lose a ton of water first because it flushes the water out of your system. You tend to get dehydrated. You have more cravings, and then you tend to lose a lot of muscle because you're restricting calories. Okay. Now you need the right type of calories which come from nutrient dense foods because they would give you those micronutrients, right? Okay. And that itself kind of triggers your system to lose fat. But when you take that away, because you're now not eating the roti and the potato and your rice, you don't have those micronutrients, especially your B complex. Grains are rich in B complex. So you're losing those micronutrients. Now what happens is the metabolism, the way your hormones behave in your system, they're completely lost. They don't know what to do. So now, because you're not active and you're cutting out food groups and restricting your calories, you're going to start losing muscle alongside fat. So for every little bit of fat you lose, you're going to lose a chunk of muscle. So yes, your scales will go really, rapidly down. You'll see big numbers changing on your scales and you might feel good for a little while. But what happens after you lose a little bit of weight? So let's say you lose 10 pounds. Then your system starts to notice, I'm losing muscle and I'm losing water. And then it puts a stop to that. So now you hit a plateau. So all that weight loss that you were seeing, now it's stopped. And now, the minute you start eating
It'll come back.
any carbohydrate, because your body is going to get you to crave to eat those carbohydrates because it's missing those micronutrients, right? So you're going to go crazy because you're not going to be able to function, you're not going to be able to think well, your mood's going to be really poor. So eventually, you would start going back to your original habits, and the weight not just comes back to what it was, you actually gain more weight.
Oh, yes. That's the reason why people always say it's easy to lose weight, but not easy to maintain.
Yeah, because
So,
you tend to gain
yeah,
more
it's
if
not the
you're
right
doing
way.
it. This is unhealthy. So healthy is lose fat, don't lose muscle. At least maintain, ideally optimize, meaning gain muscle.
Okay. So when you just touched base upon like what is the, if we in general talk about like maybe a female and a male,
Yes.
we'll not go into details because that will be too specific. What is the calorie count a person should be eating? You know, like which is the right optimum calorie count they need in a day?
See, you know, I don't know if you know this, but Canada has very recently changed the food guide. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to move away from actual numbers because we've been so calorie focused in the past that it's kind of getting people to be obsessed with calories to a point where they're only focused on calories, but they're not seeing where those calories are coming from. So the total number of calories is only as important as where you're deriving those from. I'll give you a very simple example. When you look at one serving of fat, these are pretty calorie dense, but they're also nutrient dense. So this could give you, let's say you eat 100 calories worth of nuts. They're not going to be very many, right? But for the same 100 calories, you could be eating a cookie or two. It would be more volume, like a better size or whatever. But when you compare the nutrition quotient of the two choices, your nuts are going to give you tons of micronutrients versus those cookies are going to be absolutely deficient in any good nutrient.
Wow, that's something very deep. I don't know. You have to be really looking more into it. So when we were talking about more about obesity and overweight. So sometimes it is because of our lifestyle, but sometimes it is because of side effect of some other disease or medicine, or sometimes it's genetic. We don't have a control over it.
Yes.
But that becomes a baseline and root cause for many diseases.
Absolutely.
So you specialize on disease management as well. So that time, how, what should be the right first step to get into, if you are asked to lose weight and you are already entered the zone of obesity?
Right. So typically, more often than not, if you are in the obese zone, your blood work tends to start getting in the either borderline or abnormal range. So that would be one of the first steps you could, get done. Go to your doctor, get a prerequisite, and get some blood work done. Look at what your blood sugar levels are saying, what your blood cholesterol is looking like, and what's happening to your thyroid. This is highly recommended for women who are middle-aged and who sort of are experiencing a chronic type of stress. So, like a little bit of stress over a longer period of time, or sometimes they don't even know that they are stressed, right? So this is very, very critical for women who are multitasking. They are moms, they are running a family, they are running a business, or they are doing a 9-to-5 job, and then they're busy with everything else extracurricular and social. So a lot on their plate, and there is very little self-care happening there. So get your blood work done. You would know what's happening to your different hormones, and that would be a good first step. Then take that to a professional and seek some help where not just the weight loss is taken into consideration, but they also incorporate your blood work. They also look at your body fat percent, and they get you onto a plan that's healthy, that would help you manage these parameters in a much better way. So it would help. Sometimes it can be reversible depending on whether you're borderline or not, or at least help better manage. And at the side, you lose weight. So weight loss is not at the center. Your health is at the center, and weight loss is literally just a byproduct.
So you are actually managing your whole body. It's not only that.
Correct.
So that's so beautiful. And now we'll discuss more about how obesity is really, affecting our kids, our maybe youth. So,
Yes.
but we'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Let's take a healthy break.
Sure.
ਘਰ ਇੱਕ ਐਸੀ ਥਾਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਹਰ ਕੋਈ ਆਪਣੀ ਨਿੱਜੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੇ ਸੁਨਹਿਰੀ ਪਲ ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖਦਾ ਹੈ। ਉਹ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਉਹ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਭਰਿਆ ਜੀਵਨ ਬਤੀਤ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਹ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਪੂਰੀਆਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਜਦ ਕਿਸੇ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਨੂੰ ਸਜੇ ਹੋਏ ਘਰ 'ਚ ਬਦਲਿਆ ਜਾਵੇ। ਨਵੇਂ ਘਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਫਰੇਮਿੰਗ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਫਿਨਿਸ਼ਿੰਗ ਤੱਕ, ਡ੍ਰੇਪਰੀ, ਪੇਂਟਿੰਗਸ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਡੈਕੋਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਅਸੈਸਰੀਜ਼ ਤੱਕ, ਤੁਸੀਂ SK ਹੋਮ ਡਿਜ਼ਾਈਨਸ ਦੀਆਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਸੁਪਨਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਹਕੀਕਤ 'ਚ ਬਦਲ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਕੰਟੈਕਟ ਕਰੋ ਸੰਦੀਪ ਕੌਰ 6048259295।
ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਮੁੜ ਤੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ। ਲੈਟਸ ਟਾਕ ਹੈਲਥ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ कर रहे हैं ओवरवेट ਤੇ ओबेसिटी बारे। तो बीजल जैसे आपने हमें बताया लाइक ओबेसिटी ओवरवेट को हमें कैसे टेक केयर करना चाहिए। इट्स नॉट ओनली अबाउट योर वेट लॉस, इट्स योर मैनेजिंग योर वेट ऑफ द बॉडी। बट लाइक adults are much more conscious, they can get they can take care of their own needs. But what about kids? Everybody gets attracted towards the junk food, and kids love because it's a social structure, options are unlimited. How to take care of this problem if it comes to obesity in kids or overweight in kids?
I would start with two words: parenting and role modeling. Because kids do what they see. It's very hard to tell kids to do a certain thing and then make them do it, because they are going to look at what you're doing, not what you're saying. Right? So build those habits that you want your kids to learn. Put certain rules in place. So if you don't want your kids to have pop, guess what? Don't stock pop in your house. Don't have jars and bottles of candies and cookies. Involve your kids more into understanding how healthier choices are made. So take them for shopping, get them to prep, in your kitchen. So help them handle vegetables and fruits. Get them into your garden, get them to grow. When they see those carrots and potatoes growing, they are going to be more open to experimenting and tasting it.
Wow.
Right?
So if you can give us some tips, how can we substitute what is there not healthy to the healthy food from the kitchen?
So a very classic example that pops is a peanut butter jelly sandwich.
Okay.
It's an all-time favorite for probably not just the kids but everybody.
Yeah.
So a very good replacement, which is equally sweet, is to simply just swap your jelly, which is your jam, with slices or just a mash full of bananas.
Wow.
So you can just layer slices of banana, take the peanut butter, go for the peanut butter that's not with that extra added salt and sugar, because you get varieties of peanut butter, right? Some versions are really unhealthy. So go for a nice natural peanut butter, throw some slices of banana, your kid's going to love it.
Okay. And what else we should be taking care for kids if we are talking about healthy nutrition and, not letting them go into bulky body, not the fit body?
One critical point is activity. Get your child to be active. Don't let them sit in front of the TV all the time. So limit screen time. Be active with them. And tuck in the vegetables and fruits. Hide them if they don't eat them. So get them to bake with you. If you're baking muffins, throw in a ton of apple puree or banana puree in there instead of tons of sugar. So something really simple. If you're making pasta, in the sauce, just blend your tomatoes and carrots and even zucchini, and it will still be the really original tasting pasta. They won't know.
So, and if we talk about healthy snacking, because kids really they know they will get, they will pick up a chip packet or a popcorn packet. So what can be a nice substitute for them?
So, for example, chips, they like the crunch. Here are some baked tortilla chips. And these are equally crunchy, great replacement for chips. Similarly, crackers like Triscuits, you can get so many different flavors. And one easy tip is to use nuts and seeds. You can literally make a brittle, like how we call chicky in South Asian community. Just melt a little bit of jaggery, throw in a bunch of raw nuts and seeds. There you go. Make little energy balls.
Wow, that was so insightful. I can't stop talking, but the time is not allowing us. So now time to wind up the show. Thanks for giving us this valuable tips and information.
You're very welcome.